The 7% withdrawal plan. Oh man, if this doesn't get your motor running, nothing will. I love it. So someone sent this to me just not too long ago, actually, 2 days ago. It's from Financial Planning Association. I'm no longer a member of the FPA because they went full woke, and I can't be supportive of anybody who supports critical race theory, as the FPA did back in 2016, 15, something like that. And I said, no mas. I was like Roberto Duran. So this is written April 2011. Cooley, Hubbard, and I'm not sure about Waltz. I think Waltz too. That name will ring a bell to you in just a second, those names. So let's check this out. Cooley, all right, Trinity University. Hubbard, Trinity University. Waltz, Trinity University. Does Trinity University mean anything to you guys? The Trinity study? So the Bill Bengen 4% rule, and that is expanded on by the Trinity study, I think in 1997. Bengen did his in 1994. Then the gentleman at Trinity in South Texas did theirs in 1997, which used more international small caps. Anyway, so that's kind of the, this is based on their, this is pretty simple research here, but it's pretty, it's neat, isn't it? I love it, so I'm going to share with you why. We're going to go down here right quick. Not there, not there. The 7% retirement plan. So what's happening here? We got a table. This is from the Journal for Financial Planning right here. I can tell by the chart. Actually, let me see if I can't make this bigger. Hold on a second. Blink. There we go. One more time. All right. So what's happening here? I'm just going to tell you the gist of this. You start your retirement plan with $100,000. You take $7,000 a year each and every year, not adjusted for inflation, but $7,000 each and every year. All right, and we're going to have how much stocks? Well, we're going to have a portfolio of between 50 stocks and 75% stocks. We can even go down to 25% stocks if we want. So we're going to use these three things right here, 25, 50, and 75% stocks. And the rest in corporate bonds. I think it was corporate bonds. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters a little bit, not that much. I'll put a link to the show notes for you to read this yourself. All right, and now we're going to go back from 1926 to 2009. 2009. The bear market bottomed out March 9th of 2009. This is literally at the very end of one of the worst decades we've ever had in the markets. And how many people have robbed themselves of retirement by just following the 4% rule? Check this out. So you can see we have a 50-50 portfolio of stocks to bonds, 25 years. We ran out of money. Well, we had money left 95% of the times. That's 7%. 95% of the times, my friends. That's for 25 years. For 30 years, we had money left 85% of the times. I'm trying to get people at a 75% probability of success. So right here, we had 75% stocks, 25% bonds. We had money left 78% of the times in 25 years with an 8% portfolio reduction, 8% portfolio distribution. 9%, 75-25, we had 74% of the time we had money left with a 20-year time frame, 75 stocks, 25 bonds. So 30 years right here, 85% of the time at 7% annual distributions, we had money left. 15% we ran out. 85% of the time we had money. That's for 30 years, which are not likely to live that long, and a 7% fixed. We're going to go down to table 3, how much money you had left. Well, table 3, what do we have? We had more than what we started with. Every single time at 7%, as long as you had 50% or more and you had money left over, you had more than what you started with. Well, I guess that's the median value. Yeah, pretty well. I say every single time. I can't say it. Median was 1.19 million. So more than 50% of the time, you had more than what you started with. For 30 years, it's taking out 7% a year with 50% stocks. Not too shabby. 75% stocks, you had almost 4 times what you started with. So that means you didn't spend enough, man. Look at that. 8%, 75% stocks, you had twice as much what you started with. So 8%, 75% stocks, 30 years, you die. The median amount of money you die was 2.26 basically more than twice what you started with. And we go here that we ran out of money 31% of the time. I'll take that. I'll take those odds. Right here is a nice, look at that, 8% for 25 years, 75% stocks, 25% bonds. Man, I just, and that's in 2009. You think it got worse or better in the last 10 years? Of course, it got so much better. Now we go to the 4% rule, and you can see here 50% stocks, 75% stocks, 5% right here, 50-50, 67%. So if you're trying to get 75 or better, which I am, 25 years at 5%, you had 83% success rate, which is fine. 30 years at 75, 25, you had 82% success rate, which is fine. Here you even had, if you're 20 years, 80% at 6%, 80% at 6%, for 50 to 75. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just, we're all focused on this 30-year time frame. We're like, oh, 30-year at 5% is too long at 50-50. But you're like, dude, how many people are going to live that long? And this is adjusted for inflation each and every year as an inflation adjustment goes on a regular basis. And just no one lives like that. Oh, man, this is fantastic. This book I'm working on, by the way, is this exact same thing, the reverse RMD retirement method. Anyway, so there you go. So that's the 7% retirement plan from the guys from Trinity, and they did it at the end of 2009. Just think how many people said, oh, I can only take 2%, 4% a year out, and from 2010 on, and they just, those years it just went freaking, so they didn't retire. They kept working. And the markets just went gangbusters. So frustrating. I'll leave the link in the show notes. Whoever sent that to me, mucho gracias. We'll see ya.